Are we live? 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 Let us know if we're live. It is Sunday. The Giants are playing the Jets, and I need to know if we are live. We're missing Danny King. I don't know where Danny King is. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday morning. This is my first 1 o'clock game from home. I was out of the country for the Dolphins game, and then I was at the Commanders game last week. So I'm excited to just a regular 1 o'clock game. We are live. What's going on, everybody? Danny King is supposed to be here. I don't know where he is. Once again, leaving me by myself. Kind of messed up, if you ask me. I'm excited for this game. Like, I know the Jets-Giants rivalry is not really a rivalry, and I kind of agree with that. But this weekend reminded me how fucking annoying Jets fans can be. Like, how sensitive they are, right? Because Justin posted the video of the Jalen Hyatt versus Sauce Gardner being like, hey, this caused a ruckus. Right? How will Sunday look, in a regular season game? And then Jets fans got a hold of it and are, it's the best incompletion of all time, going nuts on it. And so I finally actually got annoyed. Usually Twitter doesn't annoy me anymore, but I was actually officially annoyed. Here's Danny King.
What were you annoyed about?
So Justin posted that Jalen Hyatt Sauce Gardner 1-on-1 again, right? You remember how Jets fans lost their mind about that on preseason, when in reality it's a preseason game. We were just being like, hey, Hyatt won this 1-on-1 despite the safety being over the top. Yes, it was an incompletion. We're not celebrating it like it's, the Victor Cruz touchdown. But for a rookie in preseason versus an all-pro corner, Sauce Gardner, that's pretty cool, right? Nothing to go crazy about, but that's pretty cool. So Jets fans got very offended at that in preseason. Then Justin reposted the video Saturday being like, this video caused like chaos or something like that, right? What will the result be on Sunday? And Jets fans found it again, and we're like doing the same exact things. Like, you're literally proving the point of the post. So, like, this post caused chaos for some reason, when in reality it's not that big of a deal. How are you?
I'm good. It's so easy to make them mad, so it is kind of funny. And they probably
had like over 100 quote tweets, over 100 replies. Did you see the one guy with the money? Holding the money. I ended up replying to one. He was like holding like $3,000 worth of cash by his head, and you just gotta go look
now I gotta go look at this.
You just go look at Talking Giants and click on media, and you'll see. Maybe I can put it up on the screen to show people.
That literally just sounds hilarious.
But I am now at a point now where it's like, you know what, this game does mean more. I want to be able to say we beat the Jets for the next 4 years.
Oh, I mean, it always means at least something to me. Like, I know we suck and they're a little better, but
yeah,
it's still.
But I really wasn't like thinking about like the Giants versus Jets a ton this week, right? Maybe that's because I'm down in Florida, but it's this guy. So I'll
There's some kid that he kept saying like Jet Life Stadium, like, like the real dumb like comeback they had on Hard Knocks. I hate hearing it. It's the worst thing in the world.
All right, I'm gonna share screen. So we got this guy. Here, I'll post the original post. Can you see the screen, Danny?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, because what is going on right now? Okay, so this guy laughing my fucking ass off. Giants fans evaluated an incomplete play to prove themselves. The young wide receiver is good. Turn that man into a barbecue chicken. I want to lick all 5 of my fingers after this game. Like, dude, very weird. And so this is his profile picture, which I don't really like doing, the making fun of someone's profile picture. But I was just like, dude, are you flexing with $3,000 worth of cash? Like, are you flexing with less than 2 months rent, my man? And it might be even less than that, because he didn't like come back and say it was more, right? So I have a feeling it might be like less than $1,000 worth of cash. And the replies were funny. And then he's like, want to put $3,000 on the game? And someone had the best response of all time. Someone responded, yes, if the Giants win, you paid me $3,000. If the Jets win, I block you and never speak to you again. Like, what do you? Yes, yeah, dude, we're gonna bet $3,000 to Twitter. I'm sure both of us will be honorable and pay that up if we lose.
Oh, Billy said this is the most honorable thing in the world.
And there's so many. So I quote tweeted it again, being like, this is just pointing out how Jets fans lost their mind, and they're still losing their minds in the replies.
Jets fans are so easy to piss off.
It is, man. And like Marash, the radio guy on WFAN, our friend, he does it like a lot. Um, and part of me is like, maybe you shouldn't do that so much. Just, like be a little more like tactical with your trolling. But it's just I kind of understand it now because it's like even if you're not trolling them, they lose their mind. So you might as well just troll them. Like they are very sensitive. Now I'm sure every fan base has some sensitivity to them, but my gosh, it's annoying. How are you doing today though?
I mean, I'm fine. I hate that we put much stake in this game because now I'm in my mind. I'm like 3-5. Everything's right back in front of us compared to 2-6. So, I mean, I'm a that's
Yeah,
that.
it had like
I was also thinking the
rafters.
same thing.
It was in a shower, had rafters up above, like crazy.
But yeah, no, I mean, I it's just a must win game. If there's any other game they win this year, I prefer it to be this one.
Yeah, I kind of agree, right? Like obviously besides Cowboys Eagles, but if there is any any non-divisional game I'd like to win this, there's a fly in here, it's driving me nuts. If there is any non-divisional game I'd want them to win, it is this Jets game because I actually tuned into some more radio this week because of the bank stuff and whatever. So I've been listening to a little bit. Like I want to listen to the fan tomorrow, and I want Sean Marash to be trolling Jets fans. By the way, Danny, this is the last live stream in this studio, this office. I'm still gonna have this office, but I'm not gonna be paying for internet for it anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I know it's been 4 years. We used to record at my old house. That was 4. This is the longest I've been like I didn't live here, but like the longest I've recorded in one place. But it's the longest I lived in the place I do live, 4 years. That's a Hattie jersey. You wearing a Hattie jersey?
God no, it's a Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh, it looked kind of like a 55.
Nah, I kind of see it.
It looked like there was another number on the other side.
I mean, I love Hottie, but not enough to buy his jersey.
I've seen a couple of Jihad War jerseys.
I'm still having to get a Banks' jersey. I'm stuck between if I want to get the throwback uniform or just the standard blue.
For Carl Banks?
No, for Deontay.
Oh, I think you got to go standard blue.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, where are you on this? If you guys want to like full on analysis, we put an hour and 20-minute podcast out.
We'll talk some Jets soon.
Do you think the Giants should make their throwbacks the official uniforms?
The official uniforms? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm more on the train of we need to make the color rush the permanent away.
I disagree with that. I love the away jerseys. We won 2 Super Bowls in those. I think I really like the Giants away jerseys.
That's fair, but I mean, if they were to make the classic back to the original, like the every home jersey, I would not be mad in the slightest.
Yeah, it's just
that'd be a lot.
I think they could change it. Yeah, the last time they changed it was what, like 2004?
Yeah,
2003.
I mean, I hated those red jerseys. I know that's a very unpopular take, but that's the young man in me.
We got the O-line rotation out. By the way, my tweet notifications are working just great. Ever since I signed up for Twitter Blue, they stopped working, and then they just came back this week, which has literally made my life harder for like doing the social accounts.
Oh yeah.
All right, Evan Neal isn't even on the field as the rest. Oh, okay. So Evan Neal will be an inactive.
Andrew Thomas is standing and watching, so we don't even know if he's playing, right? Or is he ruled out? Did I miss that?
He's not ruled. He was listed as doubtful, so he's.
Oh, okay, I missed that. So who lied to us this week? It was Schefter, wasn't it?
Well, they did start ramping him back up. He's just not playing. Like he practiced for the first time since he tried to practice a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's fair. Never mind, Schefter.
And I'm so tired of like there's been 3 weeks in a row where we've gotten reports that next week could be the week Jones comes back.
Oh, I'm over it. I'll believe it when he's actually on the field.
And Rossini reported about next week. Schefter said most likely Dallas, but could be this week. And then we finally got from the NFL Network guys, Rappaport and Tom Pellerosero, that it's like a disc injury and he didn't like have strength in his left arm. Like I'm almost at a point where I just like I don't even want to risk it with like I don't know. It sucks we're in this spot with DJ and this injury where I don't know what I want from him, right? Because it just feels like that's like an injury that you need to take way more like coming back to even 2 months from.
Yeah, if he can't, if he has no strength in one of his arms, I don't want him playing.
Like, obviously that's getting better and stuff, and he ran
Yeah.
scout team, right, which is a bigger deal than people realize, because you're out there running the scout team, where you're like operating an offense and trying to give the defense good looks and stuff. But like, what kind of confidence is he going to have coming back in season from an injury, having an injury very similar to that in the past? And like, if you're going off what Adam Schefter said, you're going to go against Dallas, who fucking wrecked you down and down out.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
Week
honestly,
1 of this season.
that's like the worst game to bring him back for. His mind is going to be fried. Honestly,
Yeah,
he should only
like,
come back whenever Andrew Thomas is back. If there is a time to come back.
Even then, it's like, man, there's going to be like Andrew Thomas played that Dallas game.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
our best offensive line performance this year was Andrew Thomas versus the Dallas Cowboys.
One bad hammy.
Yeah, which is like, it's like, is he even going to be able to play with confidence?
No.
So like, again, like, I don't know what happens with this guy, right? Like, is it the season ending? Now I did talk with people in the end of 2021 about it, and they were like, they think he might be able to come back if they had something to play for, but they don't. But even then, those are people who like kind of thought he was coming back originally too. Maybe they're trying to save face with people. So I don't know, but at least we have a good backup quarterback in Tyrod Taylor. Which again, everyone knows my thought process on backup quarterback, how much you value it, especially on a roster like this. Especially the way the Giants were cap stricken in 2022. But at the same time, in the moment, it definitely feels good to have a good backup QB like Tyrod, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like we may have 3 straight games of having the quarterback advantage.
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah.
Because you can even if Jimmy Garoppolo plays for the Raiders, you can make every argument that Tyrod Taylor is a better quarterback than Jimmy G.
I was literally talking about it with someone yesterday because obviously once you read the report on Wednesday, Jones is not cleared for contact, so he's not playing Sunday. Just remind me, we were talking about how obviously 2020 we had Colt McCoy who was capable, but then 2021 it was Mike Glennon, Jake Fromm. That was the most painful experiences of backup quarterbacks a human could experience. So it was at least nice. Even in 2017, I mean, we had Geno Smith at least when Eli got benched. So at least it just feels nice knowing we actually have someone that can win a game. And I know it was against Commanders, and I know we didn't score a single time in the second half, but still, he could at least operate this thing.
Well, you can just see the way it looks, right?
Yeah.
Like it's how good is your backup QB? It's like you know it when you have a good backup QB when you see it. But I do think backup QBs are usually products of their surrounding more than making the surroundings different. Unless you have bottom of the barrel Jake Fromm or top of the barrel. Like, who's one of the best backup QBs of all time? I don't even know.
Tommy DeVito.
Yes, Tommy DeVito. I have a feeling Tommy DeVito's the shine on Tommy DeVito would go away quick if he actually had
1 million. It was the same with Jake Fromm. He had one good drive in his game against Dallas in which he came in relief for Glennon, and then the very next game he was abysmal.
Completed the only 20+ yard air yard throw to Kenny Golladay that season. It was that was, and I was fine. I was kind of staying on the Mike Glennon beat, and finally I got beaten down into you know what, let's throw Jake Fromm in there, and then it was the worst quarterback outing of the year. And then Mike Glennon got hurt, and then they were forced to play Jake Fromm in that last game of this season. All right, let's talk to the chat. Brian Feingold says, Feingold, this game reeks of a 16-13 final. Absolutely.
1,000,000%.
If you asked me for a score prediction, it would probably be 16-13. What do we got for the chat?
The Jets are wearing Naruto costumes.
Yeah, the Jets, they are definitely getting into the Halloween stuff, which is funny. It's raining, Danny. Do you predict rain?
I did say something of rain, but it sounds like is it actually pouring there?
No, I don't think so.
But I predicted some rain. I said that. So,
let's see. Should I play the Giants defense on fantasy? That would be risky.
I am.
You are?
Yeah,
See, I have two good defense. I have the Cowboys and the Browns defense, so I'm not in that situation. I put a value on defense.
See,
This
what I do defense, I'm big on I just do a week by week thing. I look at like what teams are on the waiver wire, and then I make
I
my
I I
decisions with
used to
them.
do that, but now I'm kind of in the fantasy draft. Once someone takes the first defense, I'm looking to take defense in the next round. As long as I've got my lineup and a couple backups taken care of.
Only other defense I would consider, at least that was available in my league, is either the Falcons or the Ravens.
Falcons are playing the Titans, right?
Yeah, and then Ravens are playing Arizona.
That Ravens might be a great play today, actually. Can Danny King Superfan says, can Danny King say hi to me? No, he cannot. He actually can't. Kayvon gonna make Carl Banks look good today. This is a game, right? For all this Kayvon talk, right? And Kayvon for the first 3 weeks of the season looked like O'Shea and Zimenez has gotten better. This is a great week where you're facing Max Mitchell, who's kind of like your ideal swing tackle in the NFL, and then Mekhi Becton, who's a good tackle but's not perfect and is very capable of being beat. This is the game where, okay, Kayvon, go beat Mekhi Becton. Go beat Mekhi. Like, show us how good you are. Beat Mekhi Becton. Because if you don't, then to me, you're nothing but a guy who beats bad tackles at this point in your career. So that's why I made him my giant factor this week, because this is a great measuring stick for Kayvon Thibodeau this week. Like, we're not playing, not playing against the bad Commanders and where your interior is doing great. Not playing against backup tackles like Seattle and Miami, but not playing against Trent Williams and some of the better tackles. This is a great measuring stick game for me with Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, go get 3-4. You only have one QB hit on the year. Go get a few QB hits, and just on film win consistently versus Mekhi Becton, because you should be. That's what you should be doing.
Oh, yeah, 100%. By the way, the Zach Rosenblatt put out the Jets inactives. It's Randall Cobb and Carl Lawson.
Did anyone take Randall Cobb? No. I think they're starting Xavier Gibson as their slot wide receiver, which I thought about taking in the end of the fantasy draft, but they don't use their slot receiver at all.
Yeah, Rosenblatt said expect a heavy dose of Xavier Gibson today.
Do you want to do guess the inactives for us? I feel like it's pretty easy.
I was literally out right now. I just hit the wrong button.
Let's see. Guess the inactives. So Andrew Thomas.
It's out right now.
All right. Well, let's guess them and see if we got it. So we got Thomas, Neal.
I'll let you know if you're right, because I'm staring at it.
So how many do we need? Because they called up 2 practice squad guys. They called up DeVito and they called up O'Shane.
You need 7.
I need 7. So I'm going to go Thomas, Neal, Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is injured? Let's see. They put a lot of guys on IR, which makes it harder.
I'll pull up the final injury report.
So anybody from running back, I'll say Deion Jackson is inactive for this week. Wide receiver, no. Tight end, no. Offensive lineman, Thomas and Neal. Is there any other offensive line? How many they have so many offensive linemen on the roster, but if you got it, you can keep 8, right? So Joshua Miles isn't going to be inactive. He was active last week anyways.
Yeah.
D-line, I'm going to go Jordan Riley. That's 5. Linebacker, none. Corner, none. Safety, I'm going to say McCain.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm just going to say 2 safeties. Javarius Owens. He'll be back on the inactive list. You got
it all.
I got 7 for 7?
Yeah, all of them. It was
damn, baby. I am freaking on fire.
Deion Daniel, Bobby McCain, Javarius Owens, Neal, Thomas, Jordan Riley.
So all our Duke players are inactive today.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Javarius Owens, dude, make the man active. He can play some ball, man. He was active last week. The Giants posted him on their victory post, right? Like the locker room shot. It was him and Nacho hugging Javarius Owens' account. So,
JMS and Adore are back. But I think we already knew that. So not game breaking news here.
Having Adore back is huge. JMS, this is not the best game to come back because you're facing against Quinn Williams, who's like a top 3 defensive tackle in the NFL. But yeah,
at least just bring some continuity back to that offensive line. Bredesen could go play right guard again. Wait, yeah.
Let me tweet out the Giants inactive list. Are you able to like pull up chats? Do you have that capability?
Nah. I could look at it though.
So Adoree Jackson. What was the other name you said?
JMS is active.
John Michael Smits.
Let's see. Neal is out too. I mean, that was expected at this point.
Yeah.
He was already playing hurt at that Buffalo game with
he was out last week.
A sprained ankle.
What's going on here? That's pretty cool. Twitter has you know where like the spaces show up?
Yeah.
Our live stream shows up for that on there now, which is nice. At one point I thought about it, you can't monetize it or keep the numbers, but I thought about like just doing the podcast live on Spaces. But then people would listen to it to get it early, and then you're losing money on ad revenue and shit, so I can't do that.
Kev Wall said, yeah, but JMS has Dexter to practice against each week, and it sounds like Dexter bullied him each week.
Yeah, I mean, in training camp, Dex bullied him.
I mean, it's great. It is great practice, but he's still going to get absolutely.
Yeah, Quinn Williams is so good, dude. Like, I don't think people realize how good that dude is. Like JMS undoubtedly top 5.
JMS at center, Bredesen at left guard, Glowinski right, Pugh right, and Pugh at left.
Also, they don't practice against each other that much in the season.
That's true. Also, wait,
season you're practicing against backup scout team.
So what's the offensive line going to be again? Who's left tackle? Pew's left tackle.
Pew at left. Bredesen at left guard. James at center. Yeah. Glowinski at right. Phillips at right tackle.
In my mind, I was acting like Andrew Thomas is healthy, and I just don't know what world I was expecting.
By the way, we gotta have a good week for spread picks this week. I'm so tired of being under 500. I'm so tired of the listeners killing us.
I would like to win one game this week. That is the goal, and I don't think I did that this week. Actually, no, I did. I had a bad.
No, we started off 1-0. Everyone but someone finally the joke. Nate week, and your 1-7 really blew him away, Bobby. Like, that is the joke. Is that I was so bad, but yet I still wasn't the worst. What do you think about reporters like recording the guys coming in? It used to be like 1 or 2 reporters would do it. Now it's like they're all racing to post those videos.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it really. Like, obviously they're wearing these crazy. I mean, Alan Lazard is literally walking in a ghillie suit today. I mean, I don't really mind it. I also just don't really like care much about it.
It just feels like a weird interaction. Like, they don't look at the camera either, right? And then the beat reporters are like, they're all recording it, and it just feels like a fashion show when it's like, man, like, report on like the Jets blitz rate. Like, has any beat reporter tweeted about the Jets not blitzing yet still getting pressure this week? Have any of them tweeted about that?
No, but I mean, Giants have literally made it a fashion show. Don't they have like the big blue carpet? Like, isn't that like the thing?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is the Giants? So I've noticed with the Giants social accounts is that they've recently started seeing what other social like Giants beat reporters or accounts like us do, and they're like, "Oh, that's a good idea. We need to start doing that." Right? So they actually tried to ban the Giants reporters from recording it this year, because I remember in preseason, like, they changed new policy where you can't record it in there for security purposes, and it was literally just so they could post the content of posting the videos. And I think reporters were like, "Yeah, we're not doing that," which I agree. Let's see. So yeah. All right, what do we got? What do we got in here? Little Robbie says it's pouring here. Sorry about that, Little Robbie.
Hopefully they win.
Sean Evans, we are losing our marbles if we think we're going to beat the Jets today. I mean, the Jets can definitely win this, Sean Evans, but they are playing fucking Zach Wilson at quarterback. They have the number 32 passing offense in the NFL.
If it was Aaron Rodgers,
not a team in the NFL who shouldn't go into a Jets game thinking that it's like not unreasonable to win. There's not a single team in the NFL. What team in the NFL? What's the worst team in the NFL right now? The Bears?
Panthers?
Yeah, the Panthers. Like, the Panthers, the Panthers are the one team in the NFL that shouldn't go into the Jets thinking like, hey, this isn't a reasonable win in this game. They have maybe the worst quarterback play in the NFL. They have the number 32 passing offense. They are absolutely beatable. Why does it detract? Why does it seem like our beat reporters never break anything major, or they seem so in the dark? Because they don't break anything major.
Porn in that life, apparently.
Expect some not good football. No, Sean Evans said we're fucking off our marbles if you think the Giants can win a game in the pouring rain versus the number 32 passing offense in the NFL.
Oh, do we think Saquon gets more than 1 rushing yard today compared to his last time against the Jets? Bold
That was
prediction.
brutal. I wonder what our reaction to was after that game. Because that was like that was when it started getting annoying. Like, is Saquon healthy? Is he fully healthy? Because I think the Jets game was coming off of the bye week, right? Or it was either coming off the bye or leading into the bye. And that's the other thing. Jets are coming off of a bye week, and that's bad for the team coming off the bye week. They are it's think about when you come off vacation, people, and how you get back to work. How it's like you kind of got to get back into the flow of things. That's how bye weeks don't help teams unless it's helping with one major injury. A guy getting back. That's the only thing that bye weeks help with. Is getting a little more.
Jets just needed to keep that momentum, and they kind of lost it for a week.
Yeah,
like their defense is still going to absolutely maul the Giants, but offensively,
the pass. But like the bye week, it leads to sloppy football, especially offensively. Shout out Sean Marash for going viral this week for saying Zach Wilson. I don't understand how people don't see that, and I guess it'd be kind of annoying, but don't see the inflection of his voice. It's like, yeah, he's obviously busting balls a little bit.
Yeah, me in the first half, I wouldn't lie.
I think he shouldn't troll so much, but also, oh my God, what is this? I didn't. Joe Counts. Why do Giants fans cry and whine so much? Sounds like a bunch of bitches. The New York I grew up in, bitches get stitches. I agree with you, Joe. Put some stitches in these motherfuckers. What do we got? Will Xavier and play man on the Nets fight? You gotta word that question better, Danny King super fan. Which non-D-line player will have the best pass rushing day? Well, it's all right. They're pass rushers. I guess Bobby Okereke. I guess Xavier McKinney, maybe. I'm gonna try and decipher this question. Actually, will Xavier and play man?
Jets tight ends.
Okay, there we go. The Jets tight ends or sit back and cover deep. I think we're going to play man on them. I think they're kind of going to go off the momentum of the Commanders game where they just played man coverage essentially all game long and just blitz the piss out of them. They're going to do the same. The issue is you got to be ready for rub routes and screens to Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, because that is the kryptonite to playing man the coverage like that. Adoree is not in the slot, right? Brian Feingold says yes. I believe so. He hasn't been playing the slot in a while, and I'm happy about that. Flott has been the slot corner.
100%.
Victor Perez. What's up, Victor? Anyone coming out to the Vegas next week? No. We won't, but we're actually going to be doing a live stream for that game in the New York office.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So I'm trying to get Grump and the Cranky fan to jump on that with us. So.
Jalen Hyatt over under 65 yards, yay or nay?
I'm going to say nay. This is a game where the Jets aren't going to play like the Commanders did, and they're not like think about the whole play the preseason play. The safety was over the top, so they are going to play smart and keep the safety over the top. So I actually don't think this is going to be, unless Jalen Hyatt, they start working him into the quick game and intermediate game. I don't see this being a big Jalen Hyatt game because he's basically had 4 catches this year that have meant something, and then the 5th one being the Buffalo Bills' last drive of the game. So he's not really part, and that's the backside of progression. So he's not really part of the progressions. He's more of just like a big play if they don't cover him. If they don't double cover him type of player. Simmons has been dropping back instead of blitzing recently. Yeah, they've used him a little more, but they do put him out on the edge. By the way, he should be happy that Sam Howell messed up that last play of the game.
Oh,
Last week.
100%.
Like that went under, like talked about. He just missed the
I
wide
don't.
open sack on Sam Howell. Like you cannot have that happen. That's part of the headache with Isaiah Simmons. Is that he misses these tackles.
It was like gifted him on a silver platter, and he decided to give Sam Howell the chance to absolutely ruin our Sundays.
Yeah, we could have had a Isaiah Simmons game-ending sack. Like that's the Isaiah Simmons like first big moment as a Giant, and instead we're lucky that Sam Howell missed the throw. Giants got lucky a couple times. If you guys watch the film review, the second to the last play, the play before that, Sam Howell just throws to Terry McLaurin because he has a one-on-one on the left. But if he didn't throw to like a little alert throw, Cordell Flott just doesn't cover anybody, and they had someone wide open for a play. So Cordell Flott makes, like, you can't even put him in zone because he just makes so many mistakes. It's like you got to put him in man coverage or nothing.
Yeah, then if he ain't in man, he's kind of useless.
Well, it's like, and it's not just because like, oh, he doesn't, like, he just misses assignments consistently. Also, I'm so excited. With this question right here, Chris Bonamo will end after this. With JMS returning, is Bredesen at left or right? I would assume left. Glowinski's natural right. Bredesen's natural left. I think that's the biggest thing about JMS coming back. It's not having JMS because, again, we said we're playing Quentin Williams. It's not having to play Marcus McKeithen.
Yeah.
Which Ben Bredesen is a huge upgrade over Marcus McKeithen.
And I'll give credit to Glowinski. I mean, he was awful week one. Granted, who wasn't awful? I mean, he's bounced back these past few games.
Yeah, the last couple games he's been good. Deron Payne, I think there may be, hey, did this guy get paid and mail it in because he didn't have good numbers and film coming into the game, and then Mark Glowinski shut him down the entire game, like shut him down from start to finish. So that would be a nice development for Giants fans if Deron Payne got paid and was happy. All right.
That's a wrap.
Simmons, a bit of a nothing burger player, eh? Yes. Kind of like we said when we traded for him. It's like, this is exciting, but it's not probably not going to start. People are like, you're on crack if you think Isaiah Simmons is not going to start. I'm like, I'm telling you, he's not going to start. But it was exciting. Like, he's an exciting player to have on your team. It's just, I hope that they do bring him back, though. They let him throw as a linebacker this year within this scheme, and then maybe next year you can have him a little more. But like when McFadden got hurt in that game, they played like 3 safeties a lot, right? So, all right, we'll see you guys after the game. Let me put this up.
Hopefully a win.
We will be, me and Justin will be live recording the podcast later today on patreon.com/talkinggiants. If you don't want to subscribe to the Patreon, we will be out on YouTube at 8 a.m. Podcast apps in the early morning. So we'll see you then. What was I going to say? I forgot something. What was I going to say? Oh, this is my first 1 o'clock game at home all year because I was out of the country for the Dolphins game.
Yeah.
I was at the Commanders game last year. So it's kind of nice to just have a regular 1 o'clock game. So I'm going to go shave. I'm going to go shower. And we're going to win some games. We're going to beat the fucking Jets. Fuck the fucking Jets. Let's go Big Blue.